What's good? This Kai from T-Wolves Gaming here, and right now I'm giving you 3 tips on how to become a better shooter. So the first tip, let me shoot the ball real quick. Our first tip is kind of without, it's nothing to do with real game. Well, it is gameplay, but this is right in the settings. So you want to go right in the settings and make sure your shot release timing. For me personally, I like it on early, but make sure it's to your preferred setting. So some people like late, very early. I feel like early is the best. I feel like it's the closest to previous 2Ks where you release at the peak of your jumper. So I have them early. But whatever you want to put on, make sure it works for you. They put this in the game so people can release what works for them. And I don't even think some people even know about this. So make sure your shot release timing is on whatever you prefer. But if you ask for my preference, I use early. I feel like this is kind of what it was like in previous 2Ks where you release the peak of your jumper. And make sure your shot meter's off. I feel like every year they don't really say it anymore, but the shot meter, when you take your shot meter off, gives you a boost in your jump shot. Now this year it doesn't give you nothing too crazy, but it still gives you a boost enough to where some shots that you're shooting might end up being green if your meter is off. So make sure your shot meter's off and your shot time release time is on whatever your preferred time is. I prefer early. So then you want to go, tip number 2 is look for high arcing jump shots. High release height jump shot. So like Curry, I'm using Curry base right now. His jump shot at the top of his peak, you could see it. You want to release at the top of the jump shot. So when you have high release height jump shots, the ones that jump higher, so you would know when to release, because once they reach their peak of their jump, that's when you release. So jump shots like Curry, jump shots like LaMelo Ball. Another good one is O'Shea Brissett for like taller builds. But LaMelo Ball and Curry probably the best two at with the release height, and Curry's probably the best jump shot in the game. And then tip number 3 is you just want to practice your timing. I would say come into the pro import as much as you can is practice your that's green. But you want to go into the pro import as much as you can and practice your release timing. But you also want to get in-game reps, because your timing is, in this game, your timing is different. Usually in every other 2K, it kind of depends on your jump shot speed, depends on a lot of things. In 2K21, it was depending on how far you were from the rim. In 2K22, it was depending on your stamina. In this game, it's depending on your stamina, and it also depends on how close the defender is to you. So if a defender is closer to you, it makes your jump shot speed up significantly. And then if you're running out of energy, it makes your jump shot really slow. Let me waste my energy and show you guys right now. Like, I can't show you guys it speeds up when the defender's next to you, but if I sit there and use all my energy, hold on. Look, it's way slower. I might still green it because I'm like that. But so you want to sit there and practice your timing, practice shooting with no energy, practice shooting with a little bit of energy, practice shooting with max energy, and also just practice shooting shots with defenders around you. Try to practice, defenders on your side. Use that blinders badge. Use, shooting when defenders are crabbed. It's gonna speed up your jump shot, but once you sit there and get all these different timings down, practice, you'll be an elite shooter. But that's it for this video. Those are my 3 tips on how to become a better shooter in NBA 2K23.